hard to believe there's still some fans out there, Flames fans. They're not loving these wins. They're still kind of rooting for losses because look at this now. Look at the Winnipeg Jets, Rhett.
Well, they're committed, Dean.
The Jets have played 2 fewer games, but have fallen below the Flames in terms of total points. 34. Chicago, they're having a hell of a time.
So we're throwing in the towel on what teams? Seattle, for sure. The reason I ask is because not long ago, Buffalo was there.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I can't remember if we'd thrown in the towel on Buffalo. At the start of the year, Pinder had said they were making the playoffs, so he might have had a different take. Are the Jets cooked? It's Christmas.
I don't know what's going on because when
when
you're without Hellebuck, well, that
understood.
stands to reason. But he's been back now, and still they're booting it around.
I talked to someone I know. I got some good feedback, but I'm under. Look at. I don't want this scoop on your podcast.
Nice. Okay.
I'm a man of my word.
Well, you're not saying. So that's the scoop.
That's the scoop.
Thanks, Rhett.
Yep.
I didn't miss it, did I? Did you say what the scoop was, or you just said that somebody gave you a scoop and now you can't?
I'm not allowed to use it. That's the problem.
What if you were sneaky about it and just kind of said, I wonder?
Yeah, but I'm not smart enough to be sneaky.
But if you had like that, are we blurry?
Are we fuzzy?
Or am I? Yeah, because there's been some blur. You can hear Jack's voice. That's how it's been. Because the Jets started the season 9-3, 6-14-4 since. 1 win in their last 9. That's Hellebuck's back now, and it's still, it's not like, oh well, Connor and Scheifele, they've been on the shelf for no, they're playing. Okay, maybe they're a wild card team, or maybe they start on the. I can't imagine they would miss the playoffs.
Why?
I just feel
I understand the past and but it is damn near January, like we've said.
Oh, I
You're
get it.
almost
Yeah.
halfway through. Why? I know, but somebody has to miss the playoffs. Somebody has to miss the playoffs. I don't know if they are or not, but
Yeah.
would pick them over a lot of teams to make the playoffs. They're in the bottom 4.
Yeah.
Like,
I still
at some point you are what you are.
Yeah. When I look at that group, I just feel not many of them have the kind of talent I would think that Josh Morrissey and Scheifele, Connor's a 40-goal guy. They have the Hart Trophy winner in net. It feels like at some point that ship rights itself. But you're good. Anyway, I guess what I was going to say is the Flames here now. You look at them and Pinder's made the observations. Oh, they've had this great run that they've been on, whatever it is. They're still just a couple points out of last place. They're still just a few points out of last. And it's fair and it's accurate. Their home record might surprise you. They've won 3 in a row at home. They're 8-1-1 in their last 10 games at the Saddle Dome.
Can I just add to, we're all in agreement on what we hope happens. But what Pinder fails to point out when saying, well, they're just a few points from being in last place, is that they're also just a few points from
a wild card.
Yeah. It's.
Can we look at there? Let's look at the West, the playoffs, and then we can look at the West. So that's where they sit today. I know the Pacific, she's tight.
Yep.
Right? Real tight. I'm not sure about Vegas. Vegas has not been great.
At least
we'll talk about the Pinder report. Anyway, Colorado is just lapping the field in many respects. Dallas, Minnesota, 2 very good teams. But yeah, in the Pacific, it's very much, you look at the Oilers. Oh boy, woe is me. Well, yeah, you could still easily win the division. There's not a problem there. The Kings are okay. San Jose, we saw them. once they beat the Sharks badly and once the Sharks beat them badly. Okay, so 39 points as of today. I get games played, but 39 is your wild card. So then you look at the bottom, and there's your Flames. They're 3 points. So is your glass half empty? You're full. You're 3 points back, and you're 3 points out of the zone. And it's Christmas. So we're, I guess in fairness, then we were all right. Maloney was right. We were right. If you want to finish all of it. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Everybody's right. I don't know if it's...
Sorry, can you go back to that, Jack? You got half a season, but I still think you got to be 7 games over 500. At the end of the day. Next one.
So that's your playoff picture.
And then the Flames.
It does feel kind of silly to be looking at. I get it, but it's what it is. We do a show every day, or most every day.
What's silly about it? What do you mean?
Well, I guess let me ask you: what do you think is happening over at Saddledome Rise Way?
I think what I said earlier. There's some relevance of truth.
They are evaluating what this team is on a wide scope by what happens game by game.
What's Utah? Are they unbeatable?
No.
What's Seattle?
Nothing. No teams there would be out.
Winnipeg would be the team that you're like
the Flames weight class. None of them.
Right?
Yes.
But you're 2 games under 500. Now, what if you're 500 at the break? Or not at the break, at the halfway point?
Yeah. Well, we're damn near there.
Yeah.
And their home record, again, these are numbers, so it's kind of, if you're just listening, it's kind of 9-2. So they started 0-3-1. Remember that horrific start?
No,
they couldn't. It was going to the Dome for
0-3-1 was just a little bit of a taste of how bad they were.
Home ice 0-3-1, 10-2-1 since on home ice.
It's tidy. Do you dislike how they're playing?
No.
Because when Don came out and said that in Buffalo, they were playing not well.
Right.
And it was like, what are you talking about? You watch them now, you go, okay, maybe Don's.
They look, if not inspired, they're being
they
coached.
Are having fun.
They're responding to the coach. They don't feel like they're where they shouldn't be. If you think that they're playing, they're playing well. And this is it. It's a 5-game homestand. So they beat the Oilers. We've seen them beat Vegas. They've beaten some teams that we expected them maybe not to beat necessarily.
Yep. That game against Edmonton, that's an impressive win because they went and earned it. And after being kicked around in Edmonton the night before, they responded.
Observations.
They got the decor, to me, is solidified. It's not guys filling holes.
Right.
I think that's a big part of it. Are they perfect? No. But it doesn't feel like Uyghur is lost at sea.
No, there's still some things. It's like, eesh. Again, for Stevich, do I need to turn my camera on? How do I forget how I even do that? Anyway, that's where I look at it. I like him. Brestevich, he doesn't have a point, but I'm fine with him being on the third pair. I think that Kuznetsov, hey, he's a kid. Let him play. You got 2 young guys. You're kind of doing what you want in that you're playing your best roster of defense. It just happens to include 2 young guys that you'd like to see getting some time. You've mentioned Ball. There's ups and downs in everybody's game, but
he's been way better. And he's been a little more bite to his game, which I like.
Yeah.
And is important for his size.
Yeah. And Rasmus is Rasmus. Weegs is, it'd be interesting if they didn't have the start that they had.
Well, add 2 more wins in, and they're at 500, and they've
I
got
know.
4 more points, and you're going, yeah, what are you talking about? We're not selling anything.
If they had a hot start and then we're in a wild card or a third in the division and then
Yes.
stumbled for a bit and now we're getting back, would we have the T-shirts? Would we have like I don't know.
We might have to hide those T-shirts. I
know.
don't like where it's headed.
Muck.
But it's turning into last year where you can't give them shit for the effort they're putting in.
No.
You have to give them credit and applause and get cheering for them, I guess, in a way, because they've earned it.
Mm-hmm.
They're earning the excitement of the fans. They're going and outplaying teams.
The other night, they get great goaltending.
That goes without. Yeah, you have to have it.
They get a fourth line goal. They get a third line goal from that whole thing. Sharon Govich is a guy who he scores a beauty. They were engaged. And they gave the home crowd, which was full. The barn was jammed full of people. Sent the Flames fans home feeling good about themselves, if only for a night against those stinking rivals up the road.
Look at us. Yes. I don't know. And you can debate the approach to the season or the blah, 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 blah. You're into it now. You might as well enjoy it. Whether they should have sold in October or whatever, I don't know. It's going to be really something if they continue playing above 500 come trade deadline.
I was just going to say,
whoo,
if this level of play, and maybe not that great, but if it's, what's going to happen? What are they going to do with the?
You got to win 3 out of 5. How many of those times?
Very surprised to see how tight things are. Obviously, you got Colorado that's separated, but when you can be at
Pacific
Christmas,
isn't,
and it's not squinting to say they're right there. They're right there for a wild card spot. They're right there for last in the West. Big game tonight. Hey, buddies, thanks for watching. We appreciate it. Also, if you could throw in a like and subscribe, it does help us out with what it is we are doing. And check out more at flamesnation.ca.